Hello there, Monstars. Welcome to our next flip video. In this video, we're going to be talking about multiplication with repeated addition. Alright, and the reason that we use multiplication is because it's a way for us to calculate quicker, faster. You may have noticed as we've done some of our addition PBLs that it's taken a long time to repeatedly add numbers together. So we're going to learn some tips and tricks with multiplication to help us solve those problems faster so we can move forward and continue to grow as mathematicians. All right, when we're talking about multiplication, you work with some different symbols that we need to talk about before we can go any further. One of those symbols is this X right here in the middle. And this is not an X as in a letter X, but this symbol stands for multiply. You often hear people read this equation as 2 times 1. So even though this symbol stands for multiplication, people often refer to this as times. Not times like what time is it, but times for multiplication. In class, we're also going to refer to this symbol as groups of. So when we read this equation, instead of saying 2 times 1, we'll also read it as 2 groups of 1. And that's going to come in really handy as we move forward to using multiplication with repeated addition. Okay, if we're looking at our equation of 2 times 1, and we're going to read this as not just 2 times 1, but also 2 groups of 1. Let's draw a picture of what that means. If we're drawing groups of, a lot of times we'll use circles to represent a group. Now, if this is 2 groups of 1, how many are going to be in each group? Think about it and say it. You're right. The answer was 1. And I'm going to use a tally mark to put 1 in each group. So in this equation, when it says 2 groups of 1, what it's wanting to know is how many total objects did you have? Well, in this case, if we have 2 groups of 1, we have 1 object in this group and 1 object in this group. So we're really taking 1, the number 1, plus the number 1 to give us the answer of 2. And we read this equation as 2 groups of 1 equals 2. Let's try another one. If I give you the equation 5 times 2, and we read that as 5 groups of 2, we're going to have 5 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many tallies am I going to put inside each group if it's 5 groups of 2? You're right, the answer is 2. So I'm going to put 2 tally marks inside each group. Now my equation that I can use to solve this, I can use repeated addition and write out my equation of 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is going to give me my answer. Do that math real quick in your head. Let's count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So in the equation, 5 times 2, or 5 groups of 2, how many total objects do I have? I have 10. Now in our equation, 4 groups of 3, let's try to solve this without drawing a picture. So in your head, you might envision that you have 4 circles, and you're going to put 3 tally marks inside each circle, each group. What that equation would look like is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. The reason we have 4 3s is because our equation said 4 groups of 3. We can use repeated addition to solve this problem. Pause the video and add up 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Push play when you're ready. Okay, when you calculate 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, the answer that we get is 12. So 4 groups of 3 equals 12, and we used repeated addition to solve that problem. Okay, now I'm going to give you the equation 7 times 5. And I want you to tell me what 7 times 5 equals. I want you to pause the video, and I want you to rewrite this equation using repeated addition. How many groups of 5 are we going to add together? And I want you to try to solve that problem. So when you hit play, you need to have your equation written using repeated addition, and you need to have the answer. Push play when you're ready. Okay, your equation should be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. How many times? You're right, 7 times. I'm going to recount just to make sure I have them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't have room for my equal sign, but that's okay. In this equation, 7 groups of 5, we've written down our repeated addition problem as 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And if you counted by 5s, you discovered that your answer was 35. Okay, here's our next equation. 4 times 4, or 4 groups of 4. I want you to pause the video, write your repeated addition number sentence, and solve this equation. Push play when you're ready. Okay. 4 groups of 4 looks like this when we're using repeated addition. And if we counted by 4s, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, we came up with the answer of 16. Okay, now I'm going to give you a story problem. We're going to pretend that Lenny has 3 toy boxes. So draw this out on your paper. And in each box, he put 4 balls. Okay, we're drawing our picture. I want you to pause the video, and I want you to write the 2 equations that you can use to find the total number of balls that Lenny has. Push play when you're ready. Okay, the 2 equations that you could have used were 3 times 4, because we have 3 groups of 4 in each group, or you could have used the equation 4 plus 4 plus 4. In both situations, you're going to get the same answer of 12 balls. Okay, I'm going to give you a new story problem. In this story problem, Miss Sullivan received 2 boxes of chocolates. And in each box, there were 8 chocolates. I want you to pause the video, I want you to finish drawing our picture, and then I would like you to write the 2 equations you can use to solve how many total chocolates did Miss Sullivan get. Pause the video and push play when you're ready. Okay, to finish drawing our picture, we needed to put 8 chocolates in each box. Okay, we drew our 8 chocolates. The 2 equations we could have used were 2 groups of 8 or 8 plus 8. Either way, our answer is going to be 16 chocolates. All right, I'm going to give you 3 problems that I'd like you to try to solve. I'm going to give you the problem 5 times 4, 5 groups of 4, 7 times 6, 7 groups of 6, and a challenge problem of 5 times 50. or 5 groups of 50. I want you to pause the video and solve these problems. Push play when you're ready. Okay, 5 groups of 4 equaled 20. 7 groups of 6 equaled 42. And 5 groups of 50 equaled 250. All right, Monstars, that wraps up our flip video. So here's your joke. Why can't you give Elsa a balloon? I wonder why. Why can't you give Elsa a balloon? Make sure you complete your whisk and bring it in when it's due. Have a great night.